Order, order. Robert Courts to move the motion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bailey, and it's an honour to serve under your chairmanship this morning. May I beg to move that this House has considered government support for active travel and local cycling and walking infrastructure plans. I'm delighted to have been granted this very important debate on active travel, and I'm particularly pleased to see so many members from all sides of the House present to take part today. Mr. Bailey, I've been a keen cyclist for many years for leisure reasons, but in recent years I've noticed a gradual but significant change in the way that cycling is viewed in this country. No longer are we cycling and walking just as a way of getting from A to B. Increasingly, cycling is seen as a crucial element, not just in our approach to transport and to alleviating congestion, but to town planning, to public health, to obesity, to mental well-being, to air quality, to our approach to the environment, and of course, to climate change. And it's that range of benefits that active travel provides which forms the basis of this debate. And my reasons for urging the government, through the Minister, I'm very good to see him in his place this morning, to do more to promote cycling and walking in our cities, towns and villages. Investment in cycling and walking in England has trebled since 2010. We were spending roughly £2 per person annually in 2010. That figure's now up to around £7.50. But that's a significant increase. But it is still some way behind some of the world's most cycle-friendly countries. The Dutch, for example, invest around £26 per person annually on cycling alone and have been doing so for around 40 years, which I think probably is the crux of the point that the Honourable Member is making. That may explain why in the Netherlands some 26% of trips are cycled compared to less than 2% in Britain. And so we're looking to address that strategic funding over the course of months and years. And of course it won't happen overnight, or even realistically it may not happen, Mr. Bailey, by 2025. But we do need to start moving in the right direction. And I'd like to ask the government to use the forthcoming spending review period to increase investment in active travel. And no doubt the Minister will address that in due course. Investment in active travel is also cost-effective for the taxpayer, as I'm sure the Minister is aware, and will celebrate with the Department for Transport estimating that investment in cycling and walking yields on average £5.50 for benefits for every £1 invested. This is a significantly higher benefit to cost ratio than many large road and rail schemes, which tend to have benefits cost ratios of about £1.50 to £2 to £1. I'd like, therefore, to ask the Department of Transport to work with the Treasury at the spending review to develop a dedicated funding stream enabling local authorities to implement ambitious local cycling and walking infrastructure plans. And of course, that last appeal is part of the joined-up thinking that we hear so much about in the House and would really like to see more of it. I'd like to ask the Minister to press for greater joined-up thinking between government departments to ensure that all government departments are pulling in the same direction. And I make that appeal with particular passion due to the B4044 community path, which I've alluded to. I'd just like to spend a few moments talking about that in a little bit more detail, something I've raised repeatedly with the Minister's predecessor and the Secretary of State. The B4044 is a key route between Ensham, which is experiencing significant housing growth in the coming years, and Oxford. It's the brainchild of BikeSafe, who are a passionate group of local cyclists who are campaigning for a high-quality, safe cycle infrastructure locally, and I commend their passion and their drive. And I will never forget the visit I made to their project in the early stages of it. They've done very well in bringing the project to such a high profile, and I would like to ask the Minister to work with Oxfordshire County Council to explore what can be done to deliver this crucial project at the earliest possible opportunity, either within the Housing Infrastructure Fund or as a standalone project. I'd like at this stage also to mention the Hambra pedestrian bridge as part of what I call an integrated transport network. It's all very well having great train services, it's all very well having roads that are quick and easy. It's all very well having cycle paths, but they must link up together. We do need people to be able to get on their bikes, to be able to get to the train station. They may want to get on a bus and to get to the train station, and they want the trains when they get there to be regular, to be reliable, to ensure that the journey from home to workplace can be undertaken on public transport and in an integrated fashion. And the Hamborough Pedestrian Bridge is a good example of it. It's a project I fully support, which has been energetically and admirably pursued by Hamborough Parish Council, and it would provide safe access for pedestrians and cyclists seeking to get to Hamborough Station, which is vitally important in my constituency because it serves not just Long Hamborough and Church Hamborough, the villages, but Witney itself and the wider West Oxfordshire. And people do need to be able to get on the cycle path and on the footpath safely over that narrow pinch point over the bridge. That is something that needs to be done in partnership with the ability to leave your bike at the train station if there isn't sufficient space to put it on the train. In conclusion, I'll then sit down, Mr. Bailey, and let others get their say. I know how many want to speak. I welcome the government's ambition to promote active travel, but I want to see some further action to ensure that these encouraging words are joined by decisive action that will enable the targets of the cycling and walking investment strategy to be met and then to go further still.